Hello everyone and welcome to my very first Division 2 upload. If you enjoy, please leave a comment below or subscribe. This build I got for you guys today is something special. This build is great for PvP, Dark Zone and Conflict included. Here are some screenshots to show how crazy this build can go that's double digits in Conflict pretty reliably, and it is this game breaking.
Hostile Mender Seeker mine detected.
So without taking any more time, let's get right into this build. To start off, we have the MP5-in as our primary weapon. This comes with 10% damage to targets out of cover. This build relies a lot on Flatline because it amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. This works in PvP as well as PvE. Starting off for the attachments, we have the Russian red dot for the 5% critical hit damage. Next we have 5% crit chance on the suppressor, and the linked laser pointer that will be proccing spotter and flatline. Those are to get us 30% amplified damage. The extended mag is great, but the crit damage is very helpful. Here's with the extended mag, we have 603,000. With the crit damage, we have 627,000. You might end up in this situation if you run with the shorter mag, though.
Vital signs
This
critical.
situation is very winnable with extra bullets. Now for the build, we have the two-piece Electric with the Walker Harris and the Sokolov. Now this can be put in any order, really put in any which way. It's just the two-piece Electric for the 30% SMG damage. Then the Sokolov piece for the 10% SMG and 15% critical hit damage. Finally, the holster, which is the Walker Harris, which will give us 5% weapon damage and 5% damage to armor. The only two pieces that can't be replaced are the Ninja Bike backpack and the contractor's gloves. This build was tried with the Fox's Prayer knee pads, but you can't beat out the damage that comes from the Sokolov 10% SMG and the 15% critical hit damage from it, or the armor damage from the Walker Harris holster. It just didn't make any sense to try to run it with the Fox's Prayer anymore. If you want to try the Fox's Prayer, what you could use is a Walker Harris chest, so you still keep the armor damage and then use an electric holster with the knee pads. Here's just another quick glimpse at the SMG. I was using an AUG before this, so it works with multiple guns. Now to the mask. We want critical hit damage and chance on everything we possibly can get just to get that damage up and make it more consistent. This build revolves around the Ninja Bike backpack because of the talent Resourceful, which reads, slots in with any equipped gear set or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set bonus. Can unlock bonuses with multiple sets simultaneously. That's why we get the 30% damage from the Electric. Now onto the Contractor's Glove. These are special for the 8% damage to armor. The weapon handling is very much helpful with this build as well, as the SMGs don't have the range. Next up is the chest piece. All reds all the way as always. Crit chance and damage all the way. We have Spotter as our talent. It amplifies total weapon and skill damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. Now this is also procced by that linked laser pointer, same as Flatline. This is basically 25% additional weapon damage from the SMG damage and critical hit damage. Now to the holster. Here again we're getting that damage to armor from the second brand set bonus. More critical hit chance and damage. Next we have the knee pads. This is where we get that 30% SMG damage from, again with crit chance and critical hit damage. This build could be a lot stronger, I just don't have the time to max it out. In the DZ, this piece makes all the difference. It's the Busy Little Bee exotic pistol, and that is because the talent, Busy Little Bee. It says each shot to a different target will give 1 stack, up to 10. Each stack will give 20% weapon damage increase. And all this damage comes when you switch your weapon, which means your primary weapon has a 200% weapon damage bonus. So what you can do basically is run around the Dark Zone just killing ads, and then go rogue or kill rogues easily by switching to your primary weapon and mowing them down. This doesn't super work for the normalized locations because it goes down to a 20% damage buff with 10 stacks, but the non-normalized Dark Zone, it doesn't matter. You still get the 200% weapon damage bonus, which is unbelievable damage. that's going to wrap up today's video. If you have any comments on this build, please leave them in the comments below. A subscribe would be very much appreciated, as this is a new channel I'm just starting out on. And here's some clips of the build destroying everyone.
Detected.
If the enemy doesn't turn this around,
Hostile explosive seeker mine detected. Hostile artillery detected. Immediate medical assistance needed.
halfway to the...
Hostile assault turret detected. Hostile stinger hive detected. Need assistance.